react with speed. Yo, what is going on, my Lightninig Legnds? It's your boy, the fastest fat man alive, aka Hyper Speed. I'd like to welcome you all back to React with Speed. I know it's been a minute, it's been over 2 months. I told you I gotta take a little break from it, but I'm gonna get back into doing reactions. And the first reaction we're doing that I missed off on was Yu-Gi-Oh versus Ash versus Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon versus Yu-Gi-Oh Death Battle. Now, I know it's been a while since I've been back into the game, or not in the game, but doing reactions. I'm gonna get back into it. Me Radio, sorry, it's not Reddit. He switched it again. It's JJ Stewart. Me and JJ Stewart, we're gonna be doing a video, a couple videos, with the WWE trailer and other stuff. I think it's WWE trailer, Supergirl trailer. We're gonna do a reaction to. The two WWE trailers, the showcase for the cover reveal, stuff like that. And then the gameplay trailer. We're gonna be doing a reaction to that on Tuesday. But I figured I'll get a heads up and get started now, and get going on it. And with that being said, without further ado, let's get into it. I got some fun facts for you guys later on, like once we get to all the action and stuff. So let's get it.
Ahead of yourself.
Fight! Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
Yugi
The biggest question from the playground. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Death
death battle.
This is a big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad Mushroom's newest game, Night Swarm. It just launched and it's all about action.
I get back into like what I'm talking about it.
Time.
Okay, we go.
Hello there. Welcome to the world of
Hello.
Pokemon.
All the kids get their first one at age 10.
Yep.
If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master.
That's
though
right.
he didn't really know what that meant yet.
How about taking down your rivals to be the very best, like no one ever was? Better than Gary and his dumb groupies.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his answers at the Pokemon League tournament.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse, Pikachu, and went, he's your problem now, stupid.
Pikachu was...
Okay, so fact, if you guys didn't know, in the original base storyline of Pokemon, well, it wasn't even called Pokemon, it was called Pocket Monsters. That's what they called it in Japan, was Pocket Monsters. That was actually the original name for Pokemon, was Pocket Monsters. But then when it came to America, they switched it to Pokemon. When it came to America, because it was originally called Pocket Monsters, but they already switched it from Pocket Monsters to Pokemon. But originally, Ash was not supposed to get Pikachu as his starter. I know you guys probably wait, what? Yeah, originally, not many people know. I mean, there's some people out there that might know this, but originally, Ash was not supposed to get Pikachu as his starter. He was supposed to get Clefairy or Clefable. I think it was Clefable. He was really supposed to get Clefable as his first starter. But when it first got started, they eventually, before they like released the show, I mean there might even be episodes out there of it. I don't know of that maybe, or I don't know if they ever even started filming episodes with Ash having Clefairy. I don't know. But originally Ash was supposed to have Clefairy. as his starter because he was able to get Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander at the beginning because of kind of like what happens. And I guess the writers they switched it out at like I guess like closer to like production. They switched it from Clefairy to Pikachu. Now, if you guys don't believe me, like if you guys don't believe me, I'll let you hear this real quick. I have it. I have this. I looked it up just to be sure if I was right. But listen to this.
In the world of Pokemon, Ash's destiny with Pikachu was actually the result of a very famous oversleeping incident. But behind the scenes and within the story, there were several other plans. 1. The in-universe choice, Squirtle. In the very first episode, Ash actually had a specific preference. Even though he overslept, he arrived at Professor Oak's lab having already made up his mind. His choices, in order of preference, were 1. Squirtle. Ash explicitly tells Professor Oak that he thought about it a long time and chose Squirtle. 2. Bulbasaur. When Squirtle was gone, he went for the easy-to-raise Bulbasaur. 3. Charmander. His final choice among the standard 3 before being told they were all taken. Fun fact. It is later revealed that his rival, Gary Oak, was the one who actually took the Squirtle Ash wanted. 2. The real-world original mascot, Clefairy.
See,
Behind the scenes, the creators of the anime originally intended for Clefairy to be Ash's partner and the face of the franchise. The manga influence. In the early Pocket Monsters manga, which predates the anime, the main character Red has a rude, loud-mouthed Clefairy as his starter.
You see, I told you. So, I told you guys. So, they actually supposed to have Clefairy as his starter Pokemon besides Pikachu. But then they eventually scrapped that idea and went with Pikachu, which everybody, I guess, all knows, and probably majority, like I would say 99% of people out there, maybe not 99%, maybe about like 70-40, it's all a big fan of Pikachu. Like, you know, every game you play, make sure you always text Pikachu and have him on your team. I know there's a lot of people out there that love Pikachu. Me personally, Pikachu ain't my favorite. He's never been my favorite. But my favorite Pokemon, if I had to say from Generation 1, which is Gen 1, which is what we're talking about now, I would have to say for Gen 1, my favorite Pokemon would probably have to be maybe Charmander. But my number one go-to Pokemon in every single game I play, if I could get it, which in 99% of games nowadays you can get them. You don't have to go through like special methods like you used to have to go back on the DS. That was insane. But my go-to Pokemon to make sure I always have on my team, and every single game I play, if I could get them, is my boy Chimchar. Chimchar, Monferno, Infernape. That's my number one right there. That's my number one go-to. That's like my all-time favorite Pokemon is Chimchar. It's always been since he came out in black or white. Since he came out in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, he's been my go-to. He's been my number one Pokemon. But anyway, without further ado, let's get back into it. I know I remember running for a few minutes, but let's get back into it. I just wanted you guys to hear that because I thought that was a cool fact.
A lot. The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes.
Look at this. We got Pokemon. Then we got Pokemon. We got I can't really see that white lighting. We got Pokemon, Johto, and we got Pokemon Johto League. Then we got Pokemon Masters. I can't see what that is because it's kind of blurred out a little bit. Then we got that. Dang. Just think about on how many seasons it actually took Ash to become a Pokemon Master. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Episodes and the cornerstone of 2000s culture. Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
That's
We
right.
should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon.
That's
But
right.
in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped.
Yeah, I will say that. Ash, like, it seems like as many times as Ash has been with Pikachu, there's been multiple cases where Ash would be electrocuted by Pikachu. I mean, not even Pikachu. When his Chimchar is going through, like, learning how to control Blaze before he finally evolves and finally masters it. I mean, this dude just grabs him and he just literally got fire, just taking it like nothing could affect Ash, bro. This dude just like wipes it off like it's nothing, you know? This is crazy.
By this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for OHKOing flamboyant thieves in air balloons. Looks like they're blasting off again.
so
right.
clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
Right!
But
I
somehow they use thunder as a super armor. He even
I
learned
never
how to
understood that.
deflect attacks by just spinning really fast.
Yeah?
Whee!
Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As
Hey.
the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
That's right.
Just like Ash's Pokemon.
Oh, there we go. Oh, dude, I'm gonna actually use that as my thumbnail. That's a dope thumbnail. Hold on.
And brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon.
Damn, look at that. That's actually a really good thumbnail. I'm actually hold on. Let me actually grab this real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm about to use this as my thumbnail. That's a really good thumbnail. Hold on. Give me 1 second. There we go. That's actually a really great thumbnail. 1 second. Alright, good. I got it. Alright. That's actually a really great thumbnail right there, I'm not gonna lie. Alright.
Come on, they're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua Jet, which
Yep.
is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with Synthesis.
But
Sympathy.
Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this Leaf Blade, Smeargle victim! Or that's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't write the show.
They just get me heated. Almost as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar. Haha!
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the tree.
See, that's another thing too, right there, is that the early seasons, you know, with Charizard and stuff, like you see, like Charizard, like down the line more. But it actually took a while for Ash and Charizard to be actual good allies. Like, they weren't always good allies, which is actually crazy. It took like a long time before they actually started to like bond and stuff to become the allies that they are now. Which I mean, at the time, they were cooking. I'm not gonna lie. They were doing a great job with the original Pokemon anime with that.
And fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's
People's
so
elbow.
strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out. Vanillix causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy, Lycanroc, Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
With new regions, soar new flying types like Pidgeot. On land, Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want
Mainly
physical? Look at Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime, the stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
This Jackal
Yep.
excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's
Mega
power
Evolution.
surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros. And he keeps hugging them. Ash,
Hey.
they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain.
That's right.
A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants. The Reggie kind, not the New York ones. Who halted Reggie Gigas, who can tow entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Ah, don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no! Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How
Yeah.
does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, poor kids.
Boomstick 4 kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup,
boy
his
Gengar!
new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Hide you, Gengar!
America.
Oh,
We
gosh.
are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Why we gotta get
life,
commercial, bro?
liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. By honoring your sacred vocation of social work, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. At Grand Canyon University, our Masters in Social Work online degree program helps equip you with the skills to advocate for and empower people in transforming their lives. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place. with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
I hate commercials, bro.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
He
get back into
haunts
it.
foes with G-Max terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some JoJo
Million
poses,
time?
and
What-
Thunderbolt will evolve
10,000?
into
10 million volt
10 million
thunderbolts.
volt.
This rainbow lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. Fused with an ultra beast? Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike lights up
And
the
Ash
universe.
caught that thing too.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time.
Hey.
Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu.
That's right.
In the Tournament of Champions, and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids, let my boy win! Yes!
Sure. Ash did his best, and he had no regrets. Now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed trainers.
That's right.
Ash realized that, to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed, because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
That's right. They're probably gonna bring Ash back eventually. I know we got Dragon Ball
If
Z.
you want to travel the
I said
world
that
like
Dragon Ball
Ash
Z.
or look as rad as Yugi,
Yugi.
then we've got the threads for you.
This
I said
battle is
Dragon Ball
sponsored
Z,
by
I say Yugi.
Quince.
You'll like this. A bunch of Death Battle staff have
Okay, I don't care about that stuff. I don't really care about this stuff. Just hit me up with the facts.
Nah, they were gamers.
Hold on, me. Okay, yeah.
Ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious civilization?
Time travel? The divine hand? Aliens? Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yu-Gi-Moto reassembled
That's
it
right.
and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi!
I will say I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh because I want to see all everything that happened. Like I've done seen all Pokemon like gazillions of times. Like I grew up with Pokemon, so I'm a huge fan with that. But with Yu-Gi-Oh, I actually just recently started watching. I'm almost done watching it. It's actually a really good anime. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's actually a really, really good anime. And this Death Battle is gonna be interesting to see. So, and it's something.
Was a shy kid that helped run his grandpop's game shop.
But little did he know that completing the puzzle would link his spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand, and always on demon time while doing so. He's anime Jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
Whether it's Griddle Air Hockey, Mario Party with Chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
That's right.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how, playing a children's card game.
And for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being
Well, I will say, it wasn't Kaiba that took Yugi's grandpa. It was the other guy. What's his name? Pegasus. that took Yugi's grandpa. Pegasus is the one that locked away Yugi's grandpa. So they kind of got that wrong a little bit. Or unless they switched that later when they brought it to the U.S. maybe they switched Kaiba with Pegasus and had Pegasus do it instead. I never seen a Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh, so that could be a thing. But in the one I watched, which, I started from the very first episode to really complete the Millennium Puzzle. It's Pegasus that takes his grandpa, not Kaiba. Kaiba just takes his blue eyes white dragon and he rips it in half. So, like I said, I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm right about that.
Set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodi... Oh, there they go.
Okay,
Bye,
if
Joey.
Yugi's deck is so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him, but I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of lightning, and the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time,
That's right.
turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark Magician, and his apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
That's
Both
right.
are masters of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Yugi also has tons of spell cards. Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend. Turn Jump is a time skip. And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like
That's
Dimension
right.
Sphinx, which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans,
Right.
while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty run back against his rival.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that
right.
never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels. pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar against Paradox. It's kinda crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon
make
is
it
a
with
sentient
Yu-Gi-Oh,
black
bro.
hole, planet alignment moves solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will dual monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I have a royal flush every round.
Whatever.
A royal
Yami
flush.
rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator of light.
He's the ultimate duel monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of, screw you, I win.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse with that same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros. Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who
Kaiba,
tried
man.
to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, another duel, another game. And you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
Damn. So, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
The Battle of the Millennium is about to start, but we wouldn't be able to make it happen without some help from our friends at Raycon.
Oh my gosh, come on, can you not?
Possibilities.
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
It's time to death battle!
Oh, I like how he did that. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, the force.
Carmax.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
There we go. Oh,
You okay, Pikachu?
yeah, she gets good.
Four is tricky. Hang in there.
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack, and I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now.
Let's do it.
Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up.
Oh! I'm at Pikachu go right for the Dark League again.
No, Thunderbolt!
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension Space!
Damn. Bye-bye. Damn.
Oh, I get it. Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Oh, Poro, here we go.
Charizard, I choose you!
Hell. Primo! Get the water. Damn! There you go, Barbario. Get that aura still going. Got it third in. Oh, shall go lower. Uh-oh. The Wing Dragon, they got the... Damn! Oh, you got... you about to pull a Gengar? My boy Gengar. Look at this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, no. You did not get through that, Yami. Woo! No! Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now.
Ooh. Alright, here we go.
I just need to believe.
In the heart of the cards.
In the heart of the cards.
Oh, Darkness gets to go. Oh, it's about to,
Who's that Pokemon?
Haruxi! God is the light! This is it! Magicians! Flash burning magic! Haruxi! Joser!
There we go. What you got, Ash? What do you got?
Pikachu, let's finish this. Together!
10 million volt Thunderbolt!
10 million volt Thunderbolt!
Here we go.
You activated my trap card! Magic Cylinder!
Uh-oh.
With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your light points directly!
Damn!
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
Damn! Dude, that was actually a good match, man. Like, my goodness. That was actually a really great match. Wow. Wow. That was actually a really great match. I wasn't expecting it to be that great. Wow. Alright, let's see what they say.
Oh, Oh, my childhood. Wiz, quick, I need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot to this, so let's break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even Atem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience, but when it comes to strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With in Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
But I know some of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man! Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ash's can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tier scale to Glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse, surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more Psychic Barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution, and so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had. And he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed the right moment to knock Ash stone cold.
That was a good attempt at a pun, Wiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
Damn, that was actually a really good death battle. But another thing, I was doing some research. When Pokemon first came out, which is crazy, I was only 3 years old when Pokemon first came out. Because Pokemon came out in 1998. And I was only 3 years old when Pokemon came out. Which is absolutely mind-blowing. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out in 2001 of September. And I was only 6 years old at that time. Which is absolutely crazy. But this has been a epic death battle. I've enjoyed it. It's been crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys knew all the stuff that I told you earlier on in the video, like about the Ash in them. And Ash having like a Fable as his companion instead of Pikachu. Let me know if you guys think that would have changed it, or something like along those lines. If it would have changed it, if it would have made a difference on Ash's team. But yeah, I mean, this has been a great video. I'm happy I'm getting back into doing reactions. But with that being said, it's been your boy, the fastest fat man alive, aka Hyper Speed. I'd like to thank you guys for coming by, react with Speed. And with that being said, your boy is Speed out here. Peace! And with that being said, your boy Hyper Speed is Speed out here. Peace!